Can you tell me what time it is on the clock?
I can't see that far.
You can't?
No.
You need to go to an eye doctor.
Maybe it is time to make an appointment.
Whatever you do, don't go to the one I worked for.
You worked for an eye doctor?
Yep.
What did you do?
I was the eye doctor.
How did you become an eye doctor?
At first I wasn't. I was just shadowing.
Don't you have to go to med school in order to do that?
Yeah.
Then how did you get to do it?
I looked the part.
You have to do more than that.
What are doctors if nothing more than lifelong learners?
That's not you.
It could be.
Okay, so how do you get fired for shadowing?
Did you really think that I was just gonna sit around and listen and watch?
Yeah, I should have known.
And knowing is half the battle.
And what's the other half?
Making it up as you go.
I'll keep that in mind. What happened?
So we're just sitting there listening to this doctor, and he's just droning on, and it was dark.
He was giving a presentation?
Yeah, and I might have accidentally interrupted it.
How?
I was snoring.
Of course you were.
Shut up. So I leave the room, and the nurse runs up to me and says, "Your patient is ready in room 1," and hands me a chart.
Why would she think you were a doctor?
Hello? Because I'm wearing a lab coat?
That's ridiculous.
That's professionalism in the workplace.
Oh, brother.
So I go to see my first patient and the nurse hands me a pen light.
Do you even know what that's for?
To shine a light in the patient's eye.
And for what?
To see if the patient's drunk, like when a cop pulls you over for a DUI.
No!
Then I don't know.
It's to test eye reflex.
Well, excuse me for not pulling that out of my ass.
Well, I hope you copped to not being the doctor, and before you could do any damage.
Hold on to that thought.
What did you do?
Keep in mind it wasn't my fault.
I'll try.
As I'm shining the light in her eye, my nose starts itching.
Like a scratch?
No, like I'm about to sneeze.
Had you been sneezing that morning?
No, it just all of a sudden flared up.
I wonder why.
So did I. So I looked down towards her chest.
That's inappropriate.
Not because of that.
Then why did you look down?
Because she was wearing a wool sweater.
So?
So I'm allergic to wool?
You are?
Yeah.
Oh.
So as I'm about to say that, I sneeze.
On her?
No, I was able to look away from her, but I did sneeze on the nurse.
How could you do that?
I didn't tell her to stand there.
What did she do?
What do you think someone would do if they had a ball of snot land on their lap?
Gross.
Ding ding, that's exactly what she said.
Well, at least that can be washed off.
Yeah, but not what happened to the patient.
What happened to her?
The pen light in her right eye got up close and personal.
What does that mean?
I accidentally poked her in the eye with it.
You didn't lower it before sneezing?
I had it positioned perfectly. I didn't want to lose that angle.
Then what happened?
The nurse put some eye drops in her eye to calm her down.
What did you do?
I told the patient that her regular doctor would be in shortly for the rest of the exam, and I got the hell out of there.
Good thing you left the office. Wait a second. I thought you said you got fired.
I did. I didn't leave the office. I just left that room.
You went to the next patient?
Kinda. I was trying to find my way back to the other med students, but I got lost.
You didn't remember where they were?
I didn't bother trying.
Where did you go?
As I'm looking around, another nurse comes up to me and says, "You have a patient in room 5," and hands me their chart.
What kind of world are we living in?
Perception is reality.
So what did you do to this patient?
The nurse tells me he's already done all the preliminary tests, and I just need to do the "is 1 or 2 better" test.
That's a frustrating test.
Tell me about it.
I meant for the patient.
Well, it's no picnic for me either.
It's not your eyes on the line.
Whatever. So I ask him, which one is better, 1 or 2? And he just sits there and goes,
Yeah, I do that.
Of course you do.
Get back to the story.
So after I asked him for the 5th time, I decided enough was enough.
What does that mean?
I told him, will you pick one already?
That's crossing the line.
Thank you. I thought I exhibited the right amount of patience too.
No, that's no way to talk to a patient.
Funny you should say that because standing at the door was the doctor and the other med students.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh is right because he said the exact same thing you said and told the other med students that what they saw was a lesson in what not to do.
Well, at least you served some kind of a purpose.
Shut up!
What did he say to you?
He said if my choices are to fire you or hire you, I choose number 1.
And what did you say?
I took off my lab coat, put on my sunglasses, and I said, you might prefer 1 over 2, but to me, you'll always be a steaming deuce.
I think it's safe to say that a career in medicine is definitely not in the cards for you.
You never know.
After what you did today?
I didn't leave empty-handed.
What does that mean?
I still have the lab coat.